master dog trainer and a meditation instructor, and today I'm gonna give you a lesson. I'm gonna treat the camera like you're the client, but actually the client is Kira. She's a 1-year-old, a little bit older than 1-year-old cockapoo poodle, and I just picked her up 10 minutes ago, came to the park, and she's gonna board and train with me. And the main thing that we're working on today is some mindful leash training, some leash etiquette, just like the pro secrets and how you can walk your dog perfectly and transform them. I want to show you some really awesome results in as little as a half an hour. Most of your dog walks are probably a half an hour anyway. So we're seeing her personality come out here a little bit. I was told she was a little bit yippy, and you can see she's pulling me here, and she's got her arm all tangled up, and you can see the leash, it's tight. You can see the leash now, it's loose. Her body feels a different sensation just with that. Changes her emotional balance. It's actually one of the secrets to making her walk perfectly. There you go. That was a little impromptu, looked like aggression. It was actually extreme excitement. Two kind of mature puppies wanting to play, but neither of them really knowing what's expected of them on the leash. And so we're just building. I was talking about that idea of having no tension on the neck. I haven't really done anything specific with her, but I've been in communication with her this entire time. And I really like the way the leash is right here. It should be, I want her to harmonize with me. We got that tension there. The ideal state is that she's harmonized in this J shape, this arc. The behavior that I love when I say stop is to not only stop, but to sit down or potentially even lie down, and put your chin down. That to me is the ultimate relaxation. So there's no point in naming a command like stop until they know the behavior. Oh, cool. She just sat down on her own. And I listed that sequence, that standing still, that sitting down, that lying down with your chin down. That's a sequence of surrender. Every dog's going to do it when they surrender. If a dog is tied to a post, she's barking at something here, I'm going to stop her from barking just by changing my posture into a more protective stance. Communicating to her emotions, she's excited or she's scared about something that's coming. That's going to cause her to bark. So when I shift into a position in between it, it acknowledges to her that I'm aware of what she's telling me about. That alone changes her behavior. I think one of the most fun things for me when I'm training my dog or when I'm training dogs is just to get into that mutual exploration vibe. For me, that's going into a trail with nobody else on it and just experiencing nature with her and doing the same walking drills. Now what's coming to me is I want to work with her on this trail, going one direction and another direction, a little exercise I call stop and go. She's getting comfortable with the stop command, and since there's no point in going until you know how to stop, we got to teach those both. Let's go. Good. Stop. Good. That was a learning moment. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Stop. Stop. Let's go. Yeah. You're all tangled, honey. Let's go. Every time she walks past me, that's when I'm deciding to do the stop. Stop. There we go. Let's go. Very good. Very good. Stop. Let's go. Stop. Let's go. Stop. Let's go. All right. Stop. Let's go. Getting into a little rhythm here, which is good. Not the flow state yet. Stop. Good. Good. Let's go. Stop. Let's go. Stop. Now maybe you can start to catch in on how I'm holding the leash and where my hands are on the leash and what I'm doing with the leash. Everybody walks their dog, it seems, two ways. That classic on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side, choked up. You've got the 6-foot leash, but you're holding it right there. It's not like your dog wants to move freely with you. If it wasn't on a leash, it would stay even closer than this if it was well trained, and it would move and it would teach you how it's feeling about what's happening all around it. Great connection here. Good girl. So my favorite grip for the leash is, it doesn't matter if the dog's on the left or on the right. If it's on the left, you're going to hook it through your thumb. This is your anchor, and this is your hand. This is your sort of stick handling hand. You can do all kinds of things with it. The main thing is your job. Don't let the leash hit the ground. If it hits the ground, then it's got a different sensation on the dog, and the dog's behavior is going to change. So this is, to the dog, no different than if it was tied to a post. And what's great is you can move even while your dog's not moving. Good job. You can see that she on her own went in between my legs. And this is getting me into the peaceful alpha philosophy. She's starting to relate to me like I am her, oh, this is gonna sound funny, daddy king boss. She wants to serve the master. And the way that she wants to have a master to serve. She wants her parents, all dogs want their parents, their owners, to behave like a master. From their point of view, which is an animal point of view that doesn't know anything about English and doesn't really know anything about your human world, the way that you humans live in such a weird way. You relate to each other in such a weird way. Animals relate to each other using actions that create emotions, and the emotions are so simple. Tranquility, love, fear. So I'm using those three emotions with my actions to communicate to her about her behavior, and I'm shaping it so that she gets into that tranquility zone. I'm using love to reinforce, tranquility to let her explore and stay in that flow state, and I'll get into a little bit of fear, the right touch of it, in the right moment with the right strength, just to say no. And she'll say, oh. Something worth pointing out that is very subtle, but not to her, is I'm choosing where, I'm using the relationship between my body and the edges of this grass and the distance of the leash, and I haven't let her once get off the edge. I'm communicating to her, I don't want her to go explore that. How annoying is it when you walk your dog and it keeps pulling you onto everybody's lawn and it just wants to sniff forever? So this is a way of communicating a boundary. So everywhere I'm going, oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna keep her on this side of me. I'm gonna walk around in an arc. Watch how it's gonna change her behavior. Over here, out of the way. Out of the way, leave it. Keep it going, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now for a reactive dog, 5 minutes into the leash walk, that's going to be something that's going to probably bring up some kind of panic or anxiety for just a dog or an owner who's got a reactive dog. Now in the animal kingdom, a straight line approach, which is basically everybody walking on a path always, on a sidewalk always, it's a conflict seeking intention. Animals don't walk in straight lines to other animals. Animals don't walk in straight lines unless they're seeking conflict. So what they do to communicate peaceful intentions is they'll do an arc. So I put her on the outside of me, my body protected her, and we did an angle. All of the dogs, the result was they were a lot calmer. What you're gonna see here, I'm gonna walk past this dog here and we're gonna do a little arc past the dog. See already, he's getting excited. Good job, good job. Good job. That was stressful. Being very cautious that I don't look at her in the eye when she's looking at me. I don't want to send that conflict-seeking vibe like she's doing something wrong. Which is how they communicate to each other. Right now I want to give her pure love and tranquility for being calm. Why would I want to look her in the eye? That would just make her feel stressed. Stop. Oh yeah, baby. Good girl. That was good. We're still in that shaping of that behavior that I desire from her, but I'm starting to see it. And the more I see it, the more I praise it with touch, calm love, which is something new to her. She hasn't really gotten a treat. She hasn't gotten a single treat from me yet. And this is like sort of the second petting session she's received, which is well timed. And when the dog gets that love from the master in the right time, they go, oh, you want more of that, master? Okay, thanks for telling me. That's all I wanted to give you anyway. Let's go. Starting my arc already because I see an obstacle. Keep her more in the flow. Stop. Stop. After I gave that stop command, I moved around in front. My body's angling all this traffic on purpose so that she can stay relaxed. We're gonna get another dog walking by her right now. She's not coming towards us in a direct line. A little bit of a peaceful alpha hand kung fu finger action. Grabbed her right on the nape, put her right back in that position. Boom. That was sort of the first time I touched her like that too, and that was an example of before just enough conflict-seeking behavior just to tell them I know. I don't think it was mean. I think it totally helped her out. Totally calmed her down. I don't want her to react when dogs go by us, and we're going to have another dog walking by us here. Yeah, mama. Good girl. That's it. That's it. I just stood up and look, she's totally locked into me. Now this is a different kind of connection than we've had yet. It's deepening and I really like it. Really good girl. Boom, sit down on your own. That's a good stop. If I say stop and she does this every time, oh man, I'm happy. That makes this command so versatile. I'm going to introduce her to another lesson. Little exercise, training exercise is a really good exercise for you to do too. Works on communicating to her about upcoming traffic since we're always going to arc up around all traffic with your body on the inside, we want to train her just by stepping to the side to train her to make an even bigger arc. Because it's her arc that the other dog reads as a non-verbal body language way of communicating that we're coming in peace, that we're not playing, we're not stopping, we're not trying to scare you, we're just doing our own thing. So what I'm going to do on this path is basically pretend I'm the boat and she's the water skier. I'm going to water ski her one side to the other side. I'm going to try and keep it as fluid as possible just to train her this little tool, which we'll get back into later, and we'll see how useful it is. How cool was that? The universe teed up three things coming at us. And you could feel her kind of getting the point. Oh, something's coming? Oh, you want me to go around that way? Oh, okay. It makes for a much more fluid walking experience from her standpoint, which makes it easier on you. There's some basic rules that I incorporate when I'm walking my dog all the time that are based on sort of etiquette from the animal kingdom. And the main etiquette is no animal would ever intentionally scare another animal. And the reason why that's important is when we walk our dogs, we walk them and we violate that etiquette, because animals don't walk towards each other in a straight line. It's kind of like a battle march, and it makes their emotions feel either really excited or really scared, and both of those energies create sort of translate into bad leash-based behaviors. All right, it's time for another little lesson, and another lesson on the stop command. We're just going to build it. As the boss, you're totally allowed to tell your animal, sit down and don't move. And you can see I've got her tied up to this tree, which is to her right now feeling the same as if she was tied up to me. But the cool thing about it is you can kind of step around a little bit. Look at this connection as she's looking at me. And you can see she's looking at me, but what's great here is a maturity coming from her. And I like to do this probably 3, 4, 5 times on the walk, something people don't think of. And the reason I like to do it is because it's such a natural, calm way to start the go. Check it out. Let's go. Okay, thank you everyone for coming along for this. For me and Kira was like a 90-minute walk, and for you, hopefully condensed into something much easier and shorter and more interesting. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.